Let me start by saying, obviously, a disappointing loss. We did a lot of things late in that game to keep us from winning. It'll be painful to watch that film, and yet, you know, we'll get the corrections made. So, starts with me, our staff, but we had a number of opportunities to not be in that position late, and unfortunately, you know, we shot ourselves in the foot too many times. Questions?
Did you get an explanation on what
They called leveraging. I think they called it on any. I want to look at the tape. I haven't seen it, so I think that's who the foul was called on.
You probably said, Sean, on being a smart, disciplined team when Dobbins has that big run,
Yeah.
kind of set up, and he gets a penalty and Troutman.
Yeah, you get the holding call after that, but look, we got to be smart. You can't spike the ball, and you know, and then we got to capitalize on a field goal opportunity. You know, like I said, you know, there'll be a bitter taste in our mouth for a little bit, and it's because, you know, we put ourselves in a position to control that game late, and then it slipped out of our hands. So it's hard.
I don't know if it's right.
Go ahead.
Official was play-by-play. It says here it was on Tillman. I don't know if it's right, but
Yeah, so we'll look at it.
what's your understanding of the rule and that sort of thing in that situation?
No, listen, understand the rule. You can't grab and pull guys down, and then you can't put your hands and push off. So we'll look at the tape. I understand the rule real well.
What do you think about your red zone?
I think my understanding was, though, it was on any. So you know,
that could be but like downward force on the long snapper is part of the rule, right? In terms of pulling it down.
you can't do that to the long snapper. Yeah, go ahead.
Your red zone defense, 4 times held the field goal.
Yeah, you know, that was important. I think, especially early. We had a lot of MEs, a lot of busts, though, drop coverages. Those are concerning. Then we'll have a chance to see the tape, and there'll be a number of things that we like when we watch it, but there'll be some things that obviously will be needed to be corrected.
Coach, you had 21 points at halftime, only 7 in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously we didn't do as well on third down. Look, some of the early sub runs that were effective in the first half, I think they did a pretty good job of eliminating those in the second half. We got into some heavier personnel groupings. Yeah.
On the ball with Bo and his pick, did that ball just sail on him?
It gets tipped. I mean, yeah, I think it gets tipped. And, you know, that's another one where, you know, you're kind of in a position maybe to get in better field goal range, you know, and you know, a lot of times, you know, when you make a call, what needs to follow is, hey, understand, you know, hey, we're in field goal range. But I think it gets tipped.
You had guys running open in the first half. That was the missed assignments you were talking about there?
Say it again. That's what I just said, yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, talk about some good things. Franklin, he catches 89 yards and score. What did you think?
Yeah, look, he's elusive. He does a good job when the quarterback's on the move too. I think all of them collectively, when you know when Bo scrambles, fight back to the ball to the sideline. But he's had a good camp, and he had some big plays for us.
The timeouts, like before they were in field goal range to the end, is that just anticipating that you may need to get the ball back?
No, it's exactly what you have to do. Like, so, timeout, knowing that they're not in field goal range yet, and you're stopping the clock, in the event that, now when they get the first down, but they don't get it, they kick a long field goal or they don't, then in the event they kick a field goal, you have time to flip it. So you would never not use them there.
Were you surprised that you let the clock go to make a 60-yard attempt?
Well, you mean on fourth down?
They kind of let a lot of time go to attempt a 60-yard.
Yeah, well, I think they weren't. I think they felt like all along, if you look at the play selection, I think they felt like, I kept thinking we were going to get a play action boot maybe. So once they ran it on third down, I don't think there was any question they were going to kick it. The earlier play selection, I think, tells you that. So, yeah.
First blush, just on the, I mean, you guys have generated so much pressure so consistently. I feel like they did a pretty good job of handling that and giving Jones time.
Yeah, I want to watch the tape. Our coverage at times was sticky, and then at other times, wasn't as good. Obviously, it was going to be a pass first game for them, run second, and yet, they hit us with a long run late in the game. But I don't know what the breakdown was, but they threw it, a ton in the first half and even into the second half.
How was Pat Sertan, in your estimation, when he returned?
Best I know, good, yeah.
Are you surprised how much they maybe tested Pat?
Well, I think sometimes there's a progression to your offense that it's not like they go in and saying, all right, so I think it's hash mark driven, play call driven, and, and it was, the read through the progression more than it was,